Just wait until you hear this, Anya. My wonderful niece brought her new little girl over to meet me yesterday. She's as cute as a button. She has the most amazing little smile you'll ever see. I couldn't resist splashing out a bunch of new baby clothes for her.
Hey, Bessie, how's it going? When you say your niece, do you mean Angie?
Yes, I do, actually. I didn't know you knew my niece's name. I'm surprised, since you never make the effort to come to any of our family gatherings. Go on, I'm curious now. How did you know?
I met her at mine and Terrence's wedding, remember? She's so lovely and sweet, I couldn't forget her. Plus, he told me she had a little girl recently. It's so nice to hear she's doing well.
Oh, I see. Well, I think you did well to remember her name, given most of my family still doesn't know yours.
That's okay, I don't mind. I'm sure they'll remember me eventually.
You might have your work cut out for you, but don't let that stop you trying, darling. You should know that we have a strong sense of solidarity in our family, and we don't take very kindly to outsiders. I doubt any of them would go out of their way to get to know the likes of a stranger like you.
I see.
Oh, forgive me if it sounds like I'm being rude, dear. I don't mean to be. But you are ultimately only my daughter-in-law, which essentially makes you a stranger to us. You can't expect us to welcome you into the family with open arms straight away.
Right. Little by little is fine by me. I'm committed to Terrence and this family, and I'm willing to work hard to earn your approval if that's what it takes.
Well then, in that case, you won't mind if I ask you to start taking care of the preparations for next week for me, will you?
The preparations for next week? What's happening next week?
Haven't you heard? Everyone's getting together for a barbecue at our place next weekend. The whole family will be there. The summer will be over soon, so we're squeezing in one last family get-together before the cold creeps in and we're all cooped up indoors.
Really? That sounds cool. I hadn't heard.
Which is why I want you to help me with the preparations. Can you bring me 10 people's worth of meat and vegetables for next Friday night? We'll be making burgers, so we'll need bread buns and ketchup too. Oh, and of course, naturally, we'll need drinkies. Bring wine, beer, whiskey, gin, and cocktail ingredients.
Got it. I'll do a big shop at PeepSmart and bring everything over on Friday afternoon.
Delightful, oh good girl. It's such a shame you won't be able to join us for the barbecue itself, dear. Oh, sorry about that.
It's fine. I'm just happy to help out.
Fantastic. I'm so pleased you seem to know your place. Can you imagine how difficult this would be if you defied me at every turn?
Right. Anyway, I wanted to ask you something about your husband's funeral next week. I know I'm not normally invited to family events, but I was doing some thinking. Maybe it would be better if I did go this time?
It's fine. You don't have to bother coming to Randy's funeral.
But he's Terrence's dad. Don't you think me not going would be a little...
You don't need to finish that sentence. Forget about it. This isn't your concern. Just worry about getting the things for the barbecue together, and me and you won't have any issues. Think about it. Why would you go? It's not like you ever met him. He didn't know you, and you have no memories of him. You were strangers. If anything, it'd be weirder if you went. Funerals are all about paying respects for loved ones. You being there would be meaningless.
All right, fine. Point taken. I guess I'll just make sure Terrence looks his best on the day then.
Excellent. That's more than enough. Now back to the matter at hand. I'm counting on you for next Friday, Anya. We all are. Don't let us down. I'll pay you back anything you spend on the food when I see you, so don't worry about the money.
Got it. I'll message you on Friday when I'm on my way. If you think of anything else you need in the meantime, just let me know. Take it easy.
Hello, Anya, are you there? I have another favor to ask of you.
Hey, Bessie, what can I help you with?
The craziest thing happened. We all decided to go on a big family holiday together at the dinner after Randy's funeral. I wanted to ask you if you wouldn't mind putting together a travel schedule for us all, and if it wouldn't be too much trouble, we'd be very grateful if you could book all of our flights and hotels, too.
You want me to book your holiday?
I know it might be a nuisance, but surely you don't mind. You are a newcomer in this family, after all. You'll plan and book our holiday for us, won't you, dear? Won't you?
Listen, Bessie, didn't Terrence message you about this sort of thing?
Oh, now that you mention it, he did say something. What was it again? Stop asking Anya for favors if you're not going to invite her to family events? Sure, he might have said that, but this time is different. I've decided to be incredibly generous and let you come along for the family holiday this time. You've worked hard to show your commitment to the family, and I think it's about time you were rewarded.
Huh? You serious? You mean I can actually come?
Of course you can come, darling. You're family. I take it my son won't have any more complaints after this? Besides, I hope you haven't been getting the wrong idea, sweetie. It's not that I didn't invite you to family events out of malice or ill will. We're a quirky bunch, you know. You should know that even if we did welcome you into the family with open arms, you'd probably find it a very difficult environment to adjust to. It might be difficult to understand from the outside, but things are just better this way.
Right. Anyway, back to the holiday. Sure thing. Let me speak to Terrence about it first, okay?
Excuse me? Well, what do you need to speak to him about? You mean I just went out of my way to invite you on a family holiday and you need to go off and consult with my son about it first? The ingratitude! I thought you'd be pleased.
Bessie, please, it's not like that at all. It's just that I don't think he knows about me going on the holiday.
Irrelevant. You're planning and booking it for us, and that's final. The whole family's taking time out of their busy schedules to go on this trip. It's a miracle we were able to pull it off in the first place, but there's no way any of us will be able to find the time to plan it. You're the only one who can do this, Anya. You have no children, and you work a crummy part-time job. What objection could you possibly have? You have nothing but free time. Anyone would think you'd be jumping at the opportunity to finally prove your commitment to this family, and you need to speak to Terrence about it? What reason could you possibly have for not helping us on this?
I'm sorry, but could you confirm what you said for me again? I'm having trouble comprehending the idea that you'd suddenly invite me on a huge family vacation despite not giving me a look-in until now. Are you sure it's really okay for me to come on this thing with you guys?
I said it is, didn't I? How many times do you want me to repeat myself?
It's just that Terrence told me that he heard you all discussing the vacation at your husband's funeral. He was there the whole time, and he said I wasn't mentioned at all.
He said that? Oh, that's nonsense, dear. Don't listen to him. He must have not heard us talking about you is all.
Did he really not hear it?
That's right, dear. He didn't. You know, my son has always been this way. He's very good at looking like he's paying attention when he's actually miles away. It was either that, or he must have been in the toilet when your name was mentioned. Anyway, that's enough of this. I'll message you the details later on. I made a bunch of notes on where we're going and the tourist spots everyone wants to go to while we're there. You might have your work cut out since everyone in our family has varied tastes, but I think you'll have a blast planning this thing for us. Come up with the vacation plan using the stuff I send you as a reference. Make sure you pick us a good quality hotel and lots of fun activities. We also only want the most luxurious food and don't want to go to any areas that might be dangerous or have poor people in them.
Got it.
Tell my son to book the time off work as early as he can. It's not often we all get to go on vacation as a family like this, so let's make the most of it. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you. My mother-in-law will be joining us.
Wow, really? In that case, I'll see to it that there's as little walking as possible. I think I remember you telling me she's not very good on her feet, right? Come to think of it, I should probably hire a minibus or something.
That's right. To tell you the truth, I would have preferred to do plenty of walking to tire the old bat out. But it's just as you say, she's not very good on her legs these days. And once she starts complaining, there's no stopping her. She's like a dog with a bone. So please plan out the holiday with keeping her quiet in mind. Lord knows I'll be the one who ends up getting it in the neck if she isn't satisfied with something. Queen Mildred must have her way.
All right, understood. Leave it with me. If it's not too much trouble, could you let me know if there are certain things people can't eat? Likes, dislikes, that kind of thing? Oh, and we can't forget allergies. We don't need anyone to go into anaphylactic shock in the middle of a restaurant, that's for sure. Most places go out of their way to avoid that kind of thing these days to prevent lawsuits, so if I know beforehand, I can make sure we're good.
Hold on 1 minute, young lady. Just who on earth do you think you are making all these requests of me? Why should I have to be your errand girl? Ask them yourself.
I mean, I would, but I haven't even met everyone yet. Plus, I don't have their numbers.
So get them off Terrence and do some cold calling. Why should I have to be your slave? There's no reason I should reduce myself to doing bothersome crap like this when I have a daughter-in-law with nothing but free time on her hands to do it for me.
Sorry. Alright, fine. I'll see if Terrence will help me. Hopefully I can get this thing planned to a level everyone will be happy with. I've never done anything like this before, so I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a teeny-weeny bit nervous.
Don't worry, darling, you'll be fine. We're all counting on you to give us the vacation of our lifetime, so no pressure. Oh, and by the way, make sure you don't say anything rude when you call them. If you stick your foot in it by saying something that upsets someone, I'll be the one who ends up getting embarrassed, so watch your mouth, young lady. Anya, did the money for the vacation go into your account yet? I sent it the other day.
Yeah, it's in, thanks. I already used it to book the flights and the hotel. I'm looking at activities now. Hopefully I can find something for everyone to enjoy.
Thanks for doing this for us, darling. We're very grateful. Now all we have to do is go and enjoy it without you.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Next month's vacation, you're not invited. For you, it's house-watching duty. Sorry, dear, but another of our relatives, who we like far more than you, has taken your spot.
I knew it! This was your plan from the get-go, wasn't it? I bet you never planned to let me come for 1 second.
Isn't it obvious? I told you, a daughter-in-law is as good as a stranger to me. Like hell we'd want you with us. You'd spoil the whole trip. The trouble is, if we didn't at least pretend we were going to let you come, my overly sensitive son would have thrown a tantrum. I thought I may as well use the situation to my favor and have you arrange all the boring planning stuff. It's actually kind of cute how easy you were to deceive. Don't think you're getting off the hook that easily, though. Everyone knows you have no life, so you can make use of your free time while we're away by cleaning my house from top to bottom. A daughter-in-law is as good as a stranger. Is that so, Bessie? No, you're uninvited, and you can watch my house. I want it so clean I can eat my breakfast off it. Huh? Where on earth did that come from? Cut the crap. I heard all about what you've been doing. Anya, what's gotten into you? Are you drunk? Why are you speaking such complete and utter nonsense all of a sudden? I am not Anya. I'm your mother-in-law. Huh? Mildred? Stop it, Anya. This isn't funny. You're pretending to be my mother-in-law to scare me, aren't you? Oh, well, it won't work. I'm not pretending to be anything. It's really me. Don't believe me? Tell me, Bessie. Who else would know about how you broke down in tears to my son after the first time we met because of how strict and mean I was? Ever since then, you complained to him that I was bullying you practically every time I opened my mouth. Oh my God. It really is you, isn't it? That's what I just said, isn't it? I didn't tell you, but I got myself a new smartphone recently, and I'm even on Peeps Messenger now. Anya's been telling me all about the vicious bullying campaign you've been waging against her. I see. So are you going to explain yourself or not? You know, I always thought it was strange that my grandson's wife never showed up at family gatherings. Now I know it's because you were telling her not to come the whole time. No, you're wrong. You hear all the time about how young people these days don't go to family events anymore because they're not seen as cool or hip. I did it for her benefit. She's a young girl in her 20s, for crying out loud. I didn't think she'd be interested in coming and hanging around with a bunch of old dears in their 50s and 60s. But at the same time, I knew she'd be too polite to tell me, so I told her not to come instead. Even if that were true, don't you think the way you went about it went a little too far? You went out of your way to let Anya know you'd all be getting together without her at every opportunity. What was it you told her? That a daughter-in-law is as good as a stranger? And that she had no right to go to family events? Admit it, Bessie. What you really mean is that you don't think of her as family, isn't it? Go on, out with it. I might be able to respect you if you're actually honest for once. Mildred, please, I didn't mean it like that. Your lies don't wash with me. I've heard from several relatives about how you told them not to engage with the outsider. Is there anyone in either of our families malicious or wicked enough to treat poor Anya that way without you putting them up to it? I think not. You're the only one with a heart rotten enough to do this. No, you've got this all wrong. I thought that if I said that to everyone and made the atmosphere a little awkward between them, Anya would find it easier not to come to family gatherings. How do you explain the family vacation, then? You worked her like a dog to plan and book a holiday you didn't even intend on letting her go on. What's more, you demanded that she stay at your place to be your personal housemaid while you were away. What the devil is wrong with you, woman? No, that was, I thought maybe she'd want some alone time. You know how tough married life can be. Give it a rest already. I am sick of hearing your lies. I asked our relatives. They told me all about how much crap you talk about that poor girl. You justify it to them by saying she's rude or insolent or doesn't know her place or that she answers you back all the time. You spread a rumor that Anya hates everyone and wants as little to do with the family as possible. No, it's not true. I didn't put it that bluntly. Well, that's how everyone I asked felt you were treating her, so what difference does it make? Not a single one of them had anything positive to say about you. Things are probably hard enough for her fitting into a new family as it is without you making her life 1,000,000 times harder than it has to be. How could you be so horrible to such a sweet young lady? Did anyone in my family treat you that way when you married my Terrence? No. So why would you behave like this? I'm embarrassed to be your mother-in-law. Mildred, I'm sorry. I only did what I thought was best for her. If that was true, you wouldn't have made her plan and book a holiday for your entire family before canceling her at the last minute. You're a fully grown woman and you're more than capable of arranging your own vacations. Stop treating that poor girl like your slave and take responsibility for yourself, you pathetic excuse of a woman.
Hey, Bessie, I have a message from your mom-in-law. She says she wants you to send photos when you're done mopping the hallway.
Anya, are we really still doing this? I've been cleaning this damn house every day since you all went on vacation without me. Ugh, do you really have to make me send pictures every time I finish cleaning something? It's demeaning. It's like a little girl being supervised.
Mildred said she wanted to keep an eye on you to make sure you don't slack on your jobs. It's tough for her too, you know. She'd much rather focus on enjoying the vacation. It's time to roll your sleeves up, stop complaining, and get back to work.
Ugh, why you little... Do you think this is an acceptable way to treat your mother-in-law? You're my daughter-in-law. You should be on my side. This little ingratiate yourself with Terrence's grandma game of yours is going to backfire big time one day, young lady. Mark my words. You obviously haven't thought this through, but she'll kick the bucket long before I do.
It's fine. This ultimately has nothing to do with Mildred. I just decided I'm not going to put up with your crap anymore. That's all.
What's that supposed to mean?
Exactly what it sounds like. From now on, whenever you do something that pisses me off, I plan on telling it like it is. I'm done being your obedient little slave girl.
I am your mother-in-law, young lady. You think you can defy me?
It dawned on me that there's absolutely no reason I have to put up with the vitriolic bullying of my mentally deranged mother-in-law. So I won't be doing it anymore. Simple, right? Oh yeah, I learned something else interesting too. The reason you're cleaning Mildred's house so obediently is because she sends you money to get by on every month, isn't it? You wouldn't even be able to pay the gas bill without her support. Don't worry though, I don't plan on depending on you in any way, shape, or form, so there's no danger of you getting that kind of leverage over me.
Leverage? Don't be ridiculous. I'm not cleaning the house because she has leverage over me. I'm cleaning the house because a mother-in-law's word is law. Do you have no notion of honor or respect, of duty? This is just how a good daughter-in-law who has her priorities in order behaves. You could learn a thing or two.
Oh, is it really? That's funny because I heard a little something that contradicts that. Apparently you never listened to a word she said before she started sending you the monthly allowance. She said you gave her nothing but attitude and disrespect before things got financial between you.
Look, Anya, can we just forget this conversation already? I can't take being stuck in this house any longer. I'm serious. Please, will you tell Mildred I'd like to go home now? I've had a long, hard think about my behavior, and I'm very, very sorry. I feel awful.
Oh, you're sorry, are you? That's funny because you still don't seem to understand how what you did to me was wrong.
Ugh, how many times do I have to say it? The only reason I didn't invite you to family gatherings is because I thought you wouldn't be interested in coming to a get-together full of crusty old housewives. I thought you'd be bored out of your skull, so I did what I thought was best for your sake.
Let's say, for the sake of argument, that I really wasn't interested. Why did you have to go around bad-mouthing me and spreading hurtful lies about me to the whole family? I never said I didn't want to be involved in family get-togethers, not even once. What right do you have to go spreading hateful rumors about me based on misguided assumptions? None.
I said that because I figured you not being around would make more sense to everyone that way.
You made that judgment completely arbitrarily and without my consent. From where I'm standing, it just looks like you were spreading hateful rumors about me, got found out, and now you're panicking to justify what you did after the fact.
Fine, I'll apologize. I'm sorry I was mean to you. Happy now? Let it go already.
Nuh-uh, no chance. I won't be doing that. In fact, far from forgiving you, I plan on having nothing more to do with you for as long as I live.
Fine by me. I'll be perfectly fine without the likes of you in my life.
It's not just me. Terrence never wants to see you again either. Then there's Mildred, Uncle Graham and his wife, your dad, Aunt Fiona, and all three of your nephews, and your niece Angie and her little girl. Wow, when you list them like that, it didn't dawn on me before, but virtually your whole family is done with you. Apparently Mildred's considered cutting off your monthly allowance, too.
What did you just say? Why would everyone else get involved in this?
They all apologized to me. They got the wrong idea about me because they fell for your lies, hook, line, and sinker. They felt awful when they realized they'd been fooled. And they were both angry and disgusted with you in equal measure when they realized you'd been lying to them this whole time to isolate me from the family.
Anya, please just wait a moment. I can't afford to have my money cut off. We were all getting along fine until now. Cutting off my allowance is going too far.
You lied to your entire family, Bessie. What did you expect?
Not this, that's for sure. Why is this happening now? Things were going so smoothly. What the hell did you do?
I didn't do anything. This is all happening because you made me arrange your vacation. I had to call the whole family one by one to get their details for the bookings. Me and Mildred hit it off when I called her. We ended up discussing a few things. She thought it was strange that I was suddenly being invited on a huge family vacation after literally never going to a single family event since marrying Terrence.
Well, what am I supposed to do now?
Seems like you don't have much choice. I think your safest bet is to carry on obeying Mildred's commands and clean her house like a good little maidservant.
Anya, please don't be like this. I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart for how I treated you. Please, will you find it in your heart to forgive me? I promise to never do anything mean to you again. I won't ostracize you from the family anymore either. You can come to every get-together from now on. In fact, we'd be delighted to have you with us.
You won't ostracize me from the family again? I think the word you're looking for is can't. I might have been able to endure your bullshit for a long time thanks to the support of my husband, but that doesn't mean it didn't hurt me. There's only so much a person can take. Everyone has their limit, and you pushed me past mine. There was a time when I was committed to working hard to earn your approval, when I thought that if I just kept working hard and tried my best to show you how serious I was about winning your acceptance, you'd see it and let me be a part of the family one day. But I finally realized what an enormous waste of time and energy that was. No more. I am so done with you.
No, please, you can't be done with me. Anya, please don't be like this. I'm sorry. Will you find it in your heart to give me another chance? Just one more chance is all I need to prove I can change. Do you have any idea how hard my life will be without my monthly allowance? Not to mention not being able to go to family gatherings anymore. I love putting on my best dresses and getting dolled up to see the gang. I don't even want to imagine life as an outsider. No!
Sorry, Bessie, gotta run. I have a flight to catch later. See to it that Mildred's house is spotless from top to bottom by the time we get back from our vacation, okay?
But this place is enormous. It's practically a mansion. She normally has a team of cleaners take care of the place, for crying out loud. How am I supposed to clean a place this big all on my own? This is ridiculous, and you know it. You may as well be asking me to make pigs fly.
Not my problem, Bessie. Just see to it that it gets done. You said you wanted a chance to earn Mildred's forgiveness, right? Well, this is what you've been waiting for. Do as you're told and stop complaining. Oh, would you look at that? Our meals are here. I went for the lobster and it looks delish. Catch you later.
No, wait, a peasant like you? Eating lobster? Good God. Gah, never mind that. Just give me more time. I'll never be able to clean the whole house before you get back from vacation.
Time? I think it's time you knew your place, Bessie. Your mother-in-law will be sorely disappointed in you if her house isn't spotless by the time she gets back. Chop, chop, pick up that mop. When we got back from our vacation, which was an absolute blast, by the way, we went to Mildred's house to find Bessie passed out asleep on the sofa, surrounded by empty cigarette packs and wine bottles, with the cleaning of the house not even close to being finished. Mildred flipped a switch and gave Bessie the dressing down of her life right before my very eyes. She decided it was best her wayward daughter-in-law live with her for a while so she could instill some much-needed discipline in her. It's hard for me to forgive her when I remember how she treated me. But since she got disowned from her family once they found out about everything, I'm satisfied with how things came to a close. It just goes to show that what goes around really does come around, huh? Be nice to people, folks. Maybe I'm too soft, but I don't think it'd be a huge deal if she was allowed to show her face at family events from time to time. There's no way she'd ever try anything with me again, given that she knows now that her entire family would have my back if she did. Bessie is on thin ice, and she knows it. I was super nervous about meeting everyone before because of Bessie's scheming, but now they're all super kind and welcoming towards me, and I truly feel like a part of the family. I feel like this could be the start of something beautiful. Here's to a happy future full of joy, laughs, and smiles for us all.
Camilla, today I'm going to be bringing some of my coworkers home, so can you make sure to have the liquor and the snacks out for us when we get there?
What? Today? This morning I told you I wasn't feeling all too well, right?
You did, but you should be feeling better now that it's getting into the afternoon, right?
It's not gotten any better, though. Compared to this morning, my fever has only gone up in temperature.
Did you take any medicine for it?
I have.
Then you'll be fine. That fever will be gone by tonight.
You don't know about that yet? Jared, please. Can you please ask your coworkers to come over to the house another day?
They already said they can come over today, so there's no going back now. If I told them now that they can't come over, they might stop trusting me.
But if you bring all of them over to hang out here tonight, I'm not going to be able to take care of you all when I'm feeling this badly. At the very least, can you have them over tomorrow night?
I've already made up my mind about this. I have some younger guys who just joined the company coming as well, and they are looking forward to your cooking. A lot of them don't have a wife yet, so they are really looking forward to what one can do in the kitchen. It is times like these where I need to show them what it's like being a husband and what they all have to look forward to, right?
If I were feeling a lot better than this, then I wouldn't mind you having them over at all, but today is really not going to work for me. So please change the date they come over. At this point in time, I can't even go to the grocery store to pick anything up.
Just have everything delivered to you or something. There are all kinds of services now that'll deliver your groceries to you, and then you and my papa can make dinner for everyone together.
The reason I'm asking you to change your plans to another day is because I can't do that.
Are you really planning on disappointing me once again? A little while before I called saying that I'd be bringing everyone over, but you were already asleep, right? I really have no use for you anymore.
Well, you never told me that day that you'd all want to come back home so late at night. Also, this time is a completely different situation. My health isn't all too great right now, so there's nothing we can do about it besides letting me rest.
Let you rest? It's not my fault that you're sick. Listen to this, Camilla. Who do you think's the one that provides everything for you? You get to eat whatever you want, right? I provide for you so that you can be helpful at times like these.
But today is just not happening. I am asking you to please just change your plans for me. I want to relax for the day.
Then first start by apologize to me for not taking care of your health and for not being able to help your husband.
Huh? Are you that upset with me over this? Everyone has days where they come down with something no matter how much they care for their health.
It's going to be your fault that my plans with my coworkers have to be canceled now, right? So you should apologize for that. Don't you feel bad for what you've done? What? Do you seriously think that I've done something wrong?
I'm sorry.
I don't think you are.
I'm sorry for not caring for my health well enough and not being able to help you out today.
Had you started off by apologizing to me like that, then we would have never had to argue about this. I'm sure you were aware of that. Could this mean that you wanted to upset me?
Of course I didn't want to upset you, Jared.
Then you listen to me and do as I say. You really are wasting my time and effort. If you don't want things to get worse, you stop acting like a selfish child, understand me?
Do you really think I'm that bad of a wife?
You're going to ask me that? I have all the proof in the world showing how useless you are. I want you to stop it with all this talking back and only reply yes or no to me. I'm getting really fed up with being married to someone as ungrateful and stupid as you are. You better not disappoint me any more than you already have today.
Jared, when are you coming home tonight? I plan on making dinner for you tonight.
That has nothing to do with you.
Are you still upset with me?
I still haven't got any apologies from you.
What do you mean, apology from me? Do you think I've been causing that many problems for you?
Of course I do. You already messed up once by making me cancel my plans to have a small gathering at the house with my coworkers. But then the next day you ended up having the freaking flu.
I didn't want to get sick with the flu, though.
Then you should have gone straight to the hospital that day to have them cure you.
Back then, I thought I just had a cold of sorts.
You're always making up such stupid excuses like that, huh? Do you not have any ability to learn in that head of yours?
I am not making excuses.
This is a freaking excuse. Always getting in the way of my life like that. You should be more mindful of your husband's life and make sure not to screw it up all the time.
Jared, I didn't marry you with the intent of pissing you off all the time, all right?
So you just married me with the intent of wanting to get in my way.
You know better than to ask me that.
You never seem to learn from anything I tell you. Do you need to go see a doctor for that? You suck at remembering things I tell you. And when it comes to chores around the house, you never get them done the way I want them done. Yet you still think you can get away with not apologizing to me after all I've done for you?
You think I have to thank you all the time for being the one to marry me?
Who is the one in this relationship bringing in the money? I have to work every freaking day to do that for us.
I am thankful that you're always working for our sakes. But to me, being married means that we both think of one another as equals. We shouldn't be asking for thanks from one another for getting married. I married you because I love you, and I thought you felt the same for me. What did you marry me for?
Listen, I'm not saying that I don't love you. You really just love to change the conversation on me all the time. I am not talking about the love of this marriage.
But you are always the one that never wants to talk to me about things like this, and I think it's time we do. So far, things have always been about me being at fault for everything. And until I come up and apologize to you for something I don't quite understand, you act like a total jerk to me. Like you don't even love me.
I'm only upset about the fact that you can never do anything. And you should be apologizing to me all the time because you're always at fault. But when I confront you about that, you're always quick to have an excuse for it. All you have to do is apologize for all the wrongs you've done to me. Then things would never end up this way.
I do feel like there are some things I've been doing wrong, but I'm not the only one that's been making mistakes.
I'm getting really pissed off right now. You still seem to think others are at fault as well, huh? I'm going to stop handing you any money from groceries and things like that.
What? I think you are being way too oppressive now.
Then apologize to me. Tell me you're sorry for back-talking to me. When I get home today, I want you on your hands and knees apologizing to me.
Why do I have to do that?
Because you still don't understand the position that you're in. Until you come and apologize to me properly, you're not getting any money from me. I hope you're prepared for a life without my help.
Jared, can you make sure to come right home after work today?
Huh? Why do I have to listen to what you want from me?
I have something very important to talk to you about.
If you're going to be apologizing to me, then I'll come and listen. I'll be home right after work, and you'd better be in the entrance to the house on your hands and knees waiting for me.
I'm not apologizing to you anymore.
What do you mean by that?
I want to get a divorce, please.
A divorce? You want a divorce?
Why are you laughing at me?
No, I'm just a bit surprised by this new tactic you have here. So you think you're going to get me to fold by asking that? You will go to those lengths in order to not apologize to me then, huh?
That's not it. I actually want a divorce now, and that's why I'm asking for one. And that's why I want you home early tonight so that we can talk about it.
Freaking idiot. Why do I have to be the one to listen to your selfish requests now?
My selfish requests? You think that me asking for a divorce now is selfish?
All right. We can stop talking about it now. I'm sure you don't actually want a divorce from me, right? I thought that you were going to apologize to me today, but instead you were going to try playing that stupid game with me?
Jared, I have put a lot of thought into our relationship and everything, and I've come to the conclusion that I want a divorce. This is not about me wanting you to forgive me or about me wanting to break you. I don't think I can be around you anymore, and that's why I want this divorce now. A tactic? Saying that I'm being selfish by saying things like this? Stop thinking things like that and get real with me, please.
I'm not coming home tonight.
What?
I'm going to be exhausted from working, and I don't want to be coming home to you talking like a complete maniac.
You can at least come home and discuss this with me, right? I really want to get a divorce from you.
Shut up with it already. Why do I have to be the one to do as you ask? I can choose when I want to be home whenever I want.
Please, Jared, I want a divorce, so please do that for me.
Are we done here yet? Getting a divorce wouldn't just become a problem for us. At our wedding, all our friends and family came to celebrate our marriage with us. Do you want all of them to feel bad for wasting their time celebrating us by having a divorce? My parents have done so much for you as well. Ugh. You must want to make my parents upset now as well. You want them to be sad.
Even if they do become saddened by a divorce, I don't want that for them, and I don't want to continue with this marriage. I can't. If things keep going the way they're going, I am going to go crazy.
I'm going to act like I never heard any of this from you.
Why? You don't love me anymore either, right? You don't like any of the things I do, and you're always blaming me for everything. So let's just get all of this over with and have this divorce.
I have no idea what you're talking about. How about you take the night to calm yourself down? And if you're still going on about wanting a divorce tomorrow, then I'm not going to go easy on you. I do not want a divorce here. I'm not going to have some useless woman ruining my image by getting a divorce from me. No way in hell. I'm coming home now. Get dinner and a bath ready for me.
You must think you deserve everything, don't you?
Huh? What is with you this time? Why are you talking to me that way? You think that after trying to threaten me with a divorce, you can start acting tough?
Why don't you want a divorce?
A woman who can never live her life without me in it wants to divorce me? How the hell is a useless housewife like you ever going to be able to live in this world when you've experienced nothing? You really have nothing in that skull of yours. Go take a trip to the hospital, would you? I'm telling you that all you need to do is shut up and do as I say.
The only one in need of a checkup by the doctor is you. Who do you think it is that's been allowing you to have a good life?
What is with you right now? Why are you acting like you're so amazing now? Do you really want to make me furious? If I were to really get mad right now, do you know what would happen? You better stop this crap right now.
Nothing's going to happen when you get mad. You are far too old now to be acting like such a bully.
Huh? You better stop that right now. Is this the way you think you can talk to the man of the house now? The one that's been bringing in the money and everything?
I happen to be your mother, though, so you'd better cut that crap right now before I get your dad here. I want you to tell me what the hell is going on here. Jared, you explain yourself to me right now.
Huh? Mom? This is Camilla's phone number though, right? Are you trying to act like a mom right now? To try and scare me into submission now? All you do is the most unnecessary crap, and it's really going to bite you in the butt soon.
This is your real mother. I just happened to borrow this phone from Camilla is all. Right now, I've been with her, listening to everything she's had to tell me about this divorce she's been wanting.
Is this really my mom?
I already told you. I'm the only one that happens to know about all your bedwetting problems from when you were in middle school, right? And I'm the one that knows your first love was Rachel, but she ran away from you soon after you both started dating and you cried all night about it, right?
All right, so this means Camilla's with you right now.
Yes, she came over to our house. Camilla sent me a message a little while before. She told me she wanted to come over and explain why she wanted a divorce from you all of a sudden. I was shocked to see her in such a rough shape talking to me about it. I had thought the both of you were doing so well together, but that doesn't seem to have been the case.
Mom, you have it all wrong here. Camilla is full of problems, and because of that, no matter what I have her do, she fails at it. So recently we've just had a small fight over that.
What about her wanting a divorce is some small fight to you? She's shown me all the messages that you've both been sending back and forth. From what I've seen from the past few months, you seem to be the only one getting upset about things. Camilla is way too kind of a woman for someone like you to be acting that way. I think Camilla's far too good to be with someone as toxic as you. You divorce her right now.
But I don't think that Camilla really wants to get a divorce from me. She just doesn't have her head on straight.
Camilla has been thinking about divorce for a long time now, Jared. She was trying to think of ways to get your relationship back to the way it was before getting married. And she tried thinking of ways to get you to understand her feelings.
So she's been talking about divorce now to try and get me to listen to her. You don't have to worry about it anymore because it's all just empty threats from her. This was just a fight and I can get her to stop all that.
We are far past you fixing anything anymore, Jared. No matter how many times she's tried to work things out with you, you've gone back to blaming her for all your problems, making her apologize to you for everything, even though she's not the one to blame. I think she's had enough of all that, and that's why she wants the divorce now. So you stop trying to act like she's just bluffing and take her seriously now.
But it's no joke. She is to blame for a lot that's going wrong in my life. She never seemed to be thankful for all the work I do and all the money I allow her to use. All she does is talk back to me and forces me to get my blood pressure up. And what makes all this worse is that she's a housewife but never seems to do any of the chores right. I have every right to be pissed at her, and you should know that.
Well then, if she's not good enough for you, then why not get a divorce? You don't want her as your wife anymore, right? Every day you're complaining about her like you want her to stay away. So if you're going to keep doing that, then a divorce is the best thing for you.
No, I think I could do something about her before we have to start thinking about divorce. All couples have their fights every once in a while, right?
I don't think any of this has been a fight between you two, and that's why I want you and her to get this divorce. From what I can tell, you just like to be in control. You think that just because she's the wife and she does all the chores at home, you can rule over her as though you're a king or something? Is she a peasant to you? Or worse yet, is she your slave?
That's not how I think of her.
It's because of her that you're able to come home to a clean house with food on the table and a bath ready for you every day, right? I remember back when you lived with your father and I here, you would never do the chores, and when you graduated college, you never gave us any money for letting you stay longer. And when I would stop doing your chores for you to see what would happen, your room would instantly turn into a mess, and you never cleaned any of your clothes.
That was back when I was young, Mom. Right now, that has nothing to do with who I am.
Oh, I think it does, Jared. The only reason you have a clean and spotless house with your bedding and clothing cleaned every day is because of Camilla. If it wasn't for her, you'd be living in a pigsty, eating takeout all day long. But since you haven't seemed to thank her for any of that, then I think it's best that you both do get this divorce.
Mom, can you give the phone to Camilla? I want to have a little talk with her.
I can do that, but I'm going to make sure she can get this divorce. So don't expect her to listen to any more of your complaints. And you sure won't have your father or I listening to them anymore either. We are both supporting her through this now.
I already told you this, but she doesn't have her head on straight. I'm sure that after talking things through with her, she'll understand and calm down again.
Jared, your mom gave me my phone back.
Camilla, I think you're taking things way too far here. Don't you feel a little stupid getting my parents wrapped up in this fight now?
You were the one that said it to me, right? If we get a divorce, we'd be disappointing everyone, right? So I came to their house to apologize for what's going to happen.
But you and I haven't even had a chance to talk things through yet. It's a bit messed up of you to go to them about this before coming to your own husband, right?
Who was the one that decided not to come home when I asked to have a talk? I asked you to come home right after work to talk about the divorce, right? But you just kept saying that I was being the selfish one. You were the one that chose not to listen to me, and instead of coming home to figure things out with me, you ran.
I get it, all right? I'll talk with you about it now. So, can you come back to the house now?
I'm not going back there. The next time I'm over there will be my last, and it will be when I come and grab all my things. I've had enough of you, Jared. It's over.
Camilla, what's happened to you? Before all this, you would do everything in your power to listen to and do what I asked, right? That's why you and I have been doing so well together thus far, right?
I was only biting my tongue while doing all you asked me to do in order to keep our marriage going. But now I've realized that every day you and I have been married, things have only gotten worse and worse for me. When we first started living together, you never blamed me for anything, but would just comment. And back then, I thought you commenting on what I did was totally acceptable. But things only got worse, and you started to comment more. And then those turned into complaints. And now they are just you blaming me and threatening me. It's been so long since I had last had a breath of fresh air.
If you had such a problem with me talking to you like that, then you should have told me sooner.
I think I have been telling you, though. But you'd just say that I was talking back to you, and then you'd only get more upset. And you would stay upset with me until I came and apologized to you. At first, I would apologize to you to get you to stop acting like a brat, but I can't do that anymore. I hate it. I've finally come around to thinking that you and I can't be together anymore.
I'll apologize to you for that. So just come home to me now. From now on, I'll try to listen to you a bit more, okay? We're totally fine, and we'll make things right.
We have no reason to make things right now. You've already gone and shown me the true person you are, and there is no going back from that now. My heart is broken from the sight of the true you, and you cannot fix that anymore. I don't want to be around the people that hurt me in this way.
But I don't hate you, Camilla. I married you because you were so kind and always thought about me no matter what. That's the Camilla I loved.
In other words, you liked having a woman around you that would never talk back to you and do as you said. That's how it's always been with me, right? And another thing, the only reason you don't actually want a divorce is because you don't want your image being ruined by a divorce from a bad wife. I can't believe I ever married a man as shallow as you. Only concerned about his own image and his own life.
Wrong. That's not right at all. I married you because I love you. Hey, Camilla, is there something you want?
Huh? What's this about?
If you come home to me right now, I'll take you out and buy whatever you want. It doesn't matter what it is. I'll buy it. Even your favorite brands that I normally say no to.
What are you going on about, Jared? Please stop messing with me like that, all right? You are not going to change my mind by buying me the things I want.
I'm not messing with you, though. I just want you to realize that I'll do anything for you. I feel sorry for what's happened here. I should have been listening to you more, and I want to start doing that now.
It's too late.
I will do anything and everything you ask of me, though. I want to show you that I can be just as kind as you are. So if there is ever anything you want from me, tell me. I promise I will always be kind to you from now on.
Well, if that's what you promise, then I want you to sign the divorce papers. Because the only thing I want right now is for you and I to become strangers again. I am tired of having to apologize to you every day over nothing, and I'm sick of having to act like there is nothing wrong with you. You continued to say that I was useless and stupid, so I'd like to take this opportunity and give you a chance to find a better wife for yourself. From there, I was able to get that divorce I'd been wanting from my husband. I was a little worried that at some point the wedding would be put on hold by him, but after having both his parents tear him a new one, he was left crying and with nothing else to do besides sign the papers and hand them in for me. At the office where Jared had been working for a while now, rumors began to spread about how he was not a good husband to his wife, and that he needed to take some classes in ethics or something. Apparently, the last time he had some of his coworkers over to the house, he introduced me to them by laughing about how awful of a wife I was, and nitpicked all the things he didn't like about me. And after they started to drink, he would only become worse when talking about me. But due to all that talking and complaining from him about his wife, his coworkers really did start to have doubts about him being a proper husband, or man at that. And that's where the rumors began. As of right now, having gone back to the life of being a single man, Jared is not bothered to do any of his chores, and his house is turned into one huge trash heap. After the divorce, Jared has really been having a hard time at both work and in his private life. And a little while later, he sent me one text as an apology message for all he'd done to me. But I really do not ever want to be around him or even hear from him again, so I went and changed my phone number. I really don't care about what happens to him anymore now, since he's no longer my husband. But I do hope that the next woman he finds, he doesn't treat the way he treated me. Right now, I'm back at my parents' house and have been getting back to work, saving up money so that I can one day start living on my own again. Luckily, thanks to Jared's parents, they both forced him to give me a lot of money in the divorce. And so for a little while, I don't have to be super stressed about my financial situation. I think while I'm getting back out there with work and everything, I'm going to take it slow in order to let my heart heal. Then, once my heart is healed up and I've started to work full time, I'm going to find my own place and live the life I've started to want. As a single woman, of course. James, how had Mom been doing?
I think she's been doing the same as always. And actually, I've been at her house since last week. For the past few days, nothing with her has really changed all too much.
I see, but recently Mom hasn't been answering her phone at all. I'm a little bit worried about her.
Thankfully, I'm living close to her house, so I can be here anytime to check up on her if need be.
That's right. This time when she broke her bone, I was shocked. It was hard on me because I'm too far away from her right now to just get up and go see her, so I'm happy that you and your wife are close enough to get there in time. Thank you, James.
You're really that thankful of me?
I am. Having you and your wife over there has helped me relax quite a bit.
Well, if that's the case, I'd really like you to show me your thanks in a more physical way.
James, have you forgotten just how many times my husband has taken care of you? I feel like all he's done for you could make all of this even.
I'm sorry about that. I was just joking.
I hope so. But back to Mom. I'm glad to see that she's gotten well enough now where she can get back up and walk small distances again. At her age, most people that suffer an injury like that usually end up in the wheelchair for good.
Well, you have a point.
I guess I still am a little bit worried about how Mom's been doing. I think I'll go back to her house for a little while. I know that you can't be there all the time, right? You have work yourself.
I'm fine. I'm sure it would be too difficult for you to come over to Mom's house and take care of her by yourself, right? And when it comes to Dad, he's too old and fragile now to help support her.
I guess he's not in the state to be of any help either, huh? He's already told us before that he's pretty close to needing to be put in a home.
So I really don't think you should be coming over to their house when you need someone like me to help out still. To be honest though, Dad's not wrong by thinking that a home would be better for them. They have the money to afford such a place. Do you think it would be such a bad thing to have those two put in a retirement home?
No, I think that would be all right for them. Actually, having them in a home like that would make me feel a bit more comfortable about me not being around them all the time. There will be all the nurses and pros there as well to help them instead of two amateurs like us. But when it comes to my father-in-law, he doesn't seem to think retirement homes are all that great, and that he'd much rather be in his own house.
Huh? He's just being hard-headed, that guy. I'm sure having to deal with your in-laws is a pain for you, right?
They are pains to deal with, but they are old enough now where I only have a few more years to take care of them, and so I want to make them as happy as possible. But anyway, back to Mom and her condition. I'm just worried.
Mom has told me plenty of times now that she's well enough to pick up things herself again and walk around slowly. And actually, my wife and I have been thinking about moving back in with Mom and Dad.
What? You and your wife? Is Kay really all right with something like that?
Well, it's not like Kay has anything against Mom and Dad. And she's already told me she wouldn't mind being in their house, just as long as there's still some privacy.
Is that right? I always thought of her as being the type of person that would never want to live with her parents, or ours.
I was thinking the same thing about her, but I guess we were both wrong.
Well, I guess by having you and Kay living with Mom and Dad, it would make everyone in the family feel a whole lot better.
Right? Even Mom is really looking forward to it moving in.
But is this really going to be all right for all of you? I think it really takes a lot of time to get used to living back with your parents again, especially for someone like Kay. I'm sure you'll be able to get used to that life fairly quickly, but with Kay, I'm not sure she'll really like it all that much.
If she really does start to think that she's not liking it, we'll move out. But to start, we're both going to give it a try at least. I at least would like to be living in Mom and Dad's house again, up until her legs are all good again. It would be the best thing for those two.
I guess if you're willing to move out when things get too difficult, that's not too bad. If all of you are okay with doing something like that, then I have no complaints about it. And I'm very thankful for you both stepping in to do something like that.
Well, we both happen to be all right moving back in with him, so leave all of this to us. As for yourself, good luck taking care of your father-in-law.
Thank you, James. You were always a bit of a screw-up in the past, but I guess you've changed a lot since then. Everyone was a bit worried about how you'd turn out as you became an adult. Always thinking about how you were going to manage yourself and if you'd ever find yourself a wife or not.
I think you're beginning to talk too much now.
I'm sorry.
But I do have both Kay and Mom to thank for the way things turned out for me.
As long as you keep being thankful to them for that, then you'll be fine. Well then, with Mom, please and thank you. And tell Kay I say thanks as well.
Ari, do you have time to talk?
What's going on, James?
Well, this is about living in the house with Mom. I think Kay and I will be moving out of here by next month.
What? By next month? Did something happen between you guys and her?
Well, it's not that living here together with her and Dad has been bad for us, but rather Mom is saying she would like to enter a retirement home.
Really? But hasn't her leg healed by now?
Well, she's not wanting to go into one for support, but rather to be there for all the nice foods they serve and to have people her age to talk to. That's why she's willing to pay a little extra to go into a nicer residence.
Is that right? But why so sudden?
She's been talking about how the house is getting old and that there are too many steps in it. And then at one of the recent meetings she went to, she heard about this new home that's been built, which is more like a resort than anything else. So she'd like to move in there and be supported by people her age while having fun. So I wanted to let you know that this is what she's wanted to do.
I suppose that house of hers is really old, and there are more steps in it than most homes have. It probably is better that she goes into a proper retirement home before things become too difficult for her.
I think it's better that way.
Well, I'm just happy for the past month you and Kay have been there with her and Dad. You both at least got to see what it was like to live with her and be there as her support full time. It's not like there were any problems living in the same house as her and Dad, right?
Yeah, both Mom and Kay especially seem to get along pretty well together under the same roof. Of course, I'm sure Kay has been a little nervous about some things.
Well, as long as it wasn't too stressful for you both, then it wasn't time wasted. And if you both really hated living in that place together with Mom and Dad, then I'm sure you both could have just moved out at any time and leave them be, right?
Well, I guess so.
I'm totally okay with her moving into a retirement home then. She wants to live there after all, it seems. And she'll have people her age to talk with again and support from the staff.
All right, I'm going to get started on the paperwork then.
Thank you for doing that, James. Is there anything you need me to do?
Actually, about the rent. Mom and Dad have the money for the home, but it's way too expensive for those two to live there long term. How much those two have currently, they may only last a year.
That's a good point. How much are you going to need?
$1,000 to start per month would help. I'm sure if she wanted to go to an older location, it would be a whole lot cheaper, but this place is brand new and offers a lot more.
$1,000, huh? I guess I'll send it over. This can make up for all the time I haven't been there to help out. All right, I'll send $1,000 per month.
Is that all right?
Well, you and Kay have been doing a lot more of the harder work there, right? So please, let me pay that amount.
Sure. Well, I'm sorry to have had to ask that, but thank you.
No worries. I'm thankful that you and Kay tried living with and supporting Mom and Dad for a bit. Anyway, once you have the breakdown of the costs and things like that, send it to me.
How has your husband's dad been doing?
Well, actually, I'm not sure he'll be around too much longer. The doctors even said he's getting close.
I see. Well, good luck with things over there.
Thank you. My husband will be home soon, so I have to get dinner going. As for you, please take good care of Mom this last month with her. James, I would like to talk with Mom.
Then go right ahead.
But she doesn't seem to be answering any of the calls.
Well, she never really looks at her phone, does she?
Hey, can you tell me the number for the retirement home she's living at? I would like to call them and ask if they can hand the phone to her.
I think I told you their number before, right?
And after giving that number a call a few times, I wasn't able to get anyone to answer. I think you made a mistake with that number.
I don't think so.
I really am not able to get a hold of anyone on the other end. And after looking up the name of the place, it didn't come up anywhere online. Are Mom and Dad really in a retirement home right now?
What are you saying? You know they both are. They are still in a new location, so perhaps they don't have a homepage or anything like that yet.
Then would you be able to head over to that place for me? Then I can give you a call and you can hand the phone off to Mom. You told me the location is close to Mom and Dad's house, right?
Well, look, I'm at work right now. Can I do that for you after?
Then when you're out of work, you head right over to that retirement home for me.
That's if I'm able to get out of work early today.
Mom is doing all right, right?
She is.
When was the last time you met with her and Dad?
I can't remember. Maybe last month? Mom seemed to be having a blast at that place. She told me she didn't have any problems with the place and was treated kindly by everyone.
Are you sure?
Why are you getting so worked up right now? You're being a bit rude.
Well, I haven't been able to get in touch with Mom for the past month now.
And that's because you've been busy with your husband's father's funeral, right? Mom is not some child, all right? So just let her be happy where she's living. You were getting too worried about nothing right now.
Next week, I'm going to be coming back to town.
What?
Well, I'm not having to look after my father-in-law anymore. And I'd really like to see how Mom and Dad are doing in person.
I told you everything is fine here. You're going to have to come by airplane, right? You were just here 3 months ago. And you want to fly back again? What a waste of money.
My husband said it would be fine. And since I'm no longer bound down by his father, he said I can go back to my hometown for a bit and see you all.
But coming back home now of all times?
What do you mean by that?
I don't want you coming back to Mom and Dad's house. This is my house now. And Kay is telling me that if you come back here for a while, she'd have to deal with you.
I don't have to come back to that house. I'm only there to see Mom and Dad, really, so I can get a hotel. So don't worry about me being back in town.
We are taking good care of both Mom and Dad.
And I want to see that for myself. Also, I just want to see Mom again.
All right. You'll be coming next week, right?
Yes.
Understood. I'll let Mom know that and try to get her to call you back. All right. This is about Mom. She's told me that she doesn't want you coming back to town next week.
Why doesn't she want me coming?
She's told me that at the retirement home she's in, there's a bad case of the flu going around and she doesn't want you to get it. And actually, the staff there have asked for visitors to stay away for the time being because of it.
Well, then maybe we should be getting Mom out of there for a little while. She's able to leave that place to go out whenever she wants, right?
No, Mom isn't doing too well herself. That's why she really doesn't want you to come back to town right now.
I've had enough of this, James. I'm going to stop sending that $1,000 every month.
Huh? Why would you do that? That's the money paying for Mom and Dad to be in that home, right? Do you plan to get both of them kicked out of there?
Retirement home? Mom is living in a park right now with Dad.
What are you talking about? Why would her and Dad be living in a park?
Because you kicked those two out of their own house. The last time I had been texting you about what was going on here, I was already on my way home.
What?
I got a call from my friend saying she saw Mom and Dad both living in a park together downtown. After that, I told my husband and took off to come home. And that's why you've started to text me right now about how she doesn't want me coming home. You don't want me finding out what's happened to the both of them. Nice try lying to me about how there was a flu outbreak at their retirement home.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
I've already found out this much about your lie, and you're still going to try and hide? I am with Mom right now as we speak. She has been telling me all about how you and Kay kicked her and Dad out of the house. And yet for the past few months, I've been sending you $1,000. What's all that about? I was sending you that money for Mom and Dad, yet you've been using it on yourself? I am going to make you pay for all this BS, James.
Such a pain in the butt. Whatever, I don't need your $1,000. I already have this old house now, so I'll just sell it and take the money from that. You were finally able to free yourself from your husband's old man, and now you've had to find out about this? Well, good luck taking care of Mom and Dad for me, please. Kay and I don't have it in us to care for the elderly. So, there you go.
James, you are such a bastard. Don't tell me this is all about you getting into debt again.
This has nothing to do with you.
I think it frickin' does, James. Did you forget about how we had to help you pay off your debts the last time you got into trouble? My husband sent you $10,000. And after giving you that much, you promised us you'd never be in debt again like that.
Shut the hell up, Ari. I forget about the past all the time.
You haven't changed at all then, have you? I can't believe I thought you had gotten better and were no longer a screw-up. I am such an idiot. I'm going to get that house back from you.
Huh? I'm not sure it'll be allowed back in this house now. Now, let's be honest. This place is old, so it'll only sell for a couple thousand at best.
And I don't want you getting any of that money because you don't deserve it. Also, that house is under Mom's name anyway.
But Mom's signature is too easy to forge.
You'd really do that?
I would.
Bet.
Huh?
I don't think you'd ever be able to do that and get away with it.
Why do you think that?
Well, let's just say I've always been aware of what might happen to you after your first time with trouble. And during the time you'd been away from Mom and Dad, I had always been talking to her about what might happen when you got into borrowing money again. So after a few discussions, Mom made a very smart decision and changed the name on that house to mine.
What the hell did you think you guys were doing? You come over here right now and sign these forms for me.
You think I'm going to listen to you? I'm not going to let you have that house.
Well, then, I'll sign these documents under your name anyway. I'm sure nobody will care if they forged, right? Even Kay is telling me that nobody is going to believe you if you try disputing it, because I've been the one living here.
You are both the worst. Good luck trying that, because I'm already 2 steps ahead of you. You're not getting any money from us. Not Mom, not Dad, not myself.
Ari, you are more of an idiot than I thought. No matter how hard you try to dispute what I'm doing, I'm the oldest sibling, and I've been the one living in this house for a month now, so I have the right to this place. I saw this sort of stuff in the drama recently. Even if you do manage to get this house for me, I still have an ace in the hole, and that's my inheritance.
Really? Then I'll have Mom and Dad take you out of their will, so forget about that.
Huh?
You think that just because you're their son, you'll automatically get their money when they pass? That's not how it works. If the person who passes away happens to write a will before their death, then that will is legally followed by a lawyer and nothing can be done about it. So after all the things you've done to the both of them, they have said they will be taking your name out of their wills for good. Mom said that she's already been working on it, right after the moment you kicked her out of the house with Dad. You aren't getting a single thing from either one of them, James, so it's game over.
Are you sure?
Look it up. I'm sure that Kay is already freaking out about this and looking it up as we speak.
Ari, I wasn't trying to be mean to Mom and Dad when I kicked them out of the house.
Of course not. You just wanted money, right? Well, it's pretty frickin' insane to think that you'd kick both Mom and Dad out of their own house just for more money.
I was in huge trouble at the time. I had already been fired from my job and, well, there was so much money I owed.
So you really did get yourself into some major debt again.
I tried asking Mom to help me out, but she told me there was no second chances. And when she told me that, I freaked.
What you've done this time is not going to be forgiven by any of us. I was so worried about Mom's injury healing up fine, and a month later she's out in a park living with Dad? I cannot believe this, James. Are you even family to us? After talking to Mom about this, she told me that she never texted or called me because she didn't want to bother me. She said that her and Dad just needed to endure.
I'll apologize to Mom and Dad for this, and of course I'll apologize to you too. So please, don't have Mom and Dad take me out of their wheels. I'm sure after selling this house, I can make things work out for myself.
You are not getting any money from any of us, and that includes from selling that house, which isn't even yours. We are finished being your family, jerk.
Ari, please. I made some mistakes. I promise that after this time, I'll never owe money again. I'll make sure to put more effort into working. Give me just one more chance, please? Please.
You had your last chance and you wasted it. Now you're going to have to face reality.
Right now, Kay and I are in a terrible situation. If we can't get any more money from you, we can't live in this house anymore, what's going to happen to us? Right now, the loan sharks are waiting for the money.
And who cares? I don't give a frick about what's happened to you two. Mom, Dad, and myself are done with you, and we hope those loan sharks make an example of you both now. And when it comes to a place to live, you have places all around you. You had Mom and Dad go live in a park for a while now, so why not give that a try, huh? I think you both need to go find yourself a nice tree to sleep under out here, and then you won't have to pay for any housing. After that, both my parents took James right out of their wills, and then the three of us went back to my mom and dad's house and kicked him and his wife out. Of course, the three of us couldn't do it alone, but with the help of some friends in the neighborhood, we got rid of them. After doing that, we had a lot of the furniture within the house sold, as well as the house itself. James and Kay had tried coming to us asking for forgiveness, begging for it. But after having kicked my mom and dad out of their own house, after getting into debt once again, there was no way in hell we'd forgive them. The rest of the family wants to make sure those two pay for what they did to Mom and Dad by having them get a taste of their own medicine. After saying goodbye to them for good, we all blocked their phone numbers, and since then don't really know what's happened to them. But whether they are able to find a way to pay off those loans or not, I'm sure they'll end up living one of the worst lives possible together. As for my mom and dad, they both moved out to where my husband and I have been living and moved into a retirement home near us. Now, being closer to the both of them, I'll be able to come to their aid immediately if need be. But, of course, they are both actually in a home now, so I'm sure the staff and such will be there to care for them, even better than I'd be able to. However, I'm going to be going there a lot still to check up on them, as I don't ever want what happened to them before to happen ever again. I want for both my mom and dad to enjoy the last years of their life in peace, surrounded by those who love them, and that's why I will always be in arm's reach, ready to support them.
Hello, Ellie. Do you have a little bit of time to talk with me right now? Hi, Judith. I can spare a little time right now, but only for around 15 minutes because I have other things to deal with today. Thank you. I think you may have already heard from Sid, but I sent you guys a fruit basket in the mail. I think they'll be to your house by tomorrow afternoon since I chose the fastest mailing option. It should come sometime in the morning, so can you please make sure to be home for that when it arrives so it doesn't sit on your guys' porch and spoil? A fruit basket? I've never heard anything from him about that. Did he really not let you know that that is supposed to be arriving soon? Well, recently I received a lot of fresh fruit from one of the farmers near my house. Apples, pears, cherries, and so on. And since I'm only living here with my husband, the amount of fruit was way too much for the two of us to eat before it gets bad. And so I asked Sid if you and him would eat some of the fruit for us. I was thinking making and sending a basket of fruit to you guys would be a great way to pass some of my time as well and keep it all from going to waste here. And my husband said he'd take all of that fruit. Yep, he told me to send it all to him so you guys could take care of it. I assumed that he would tell you all about that, but sorry that he is so forgetful sometimes. No problem, he's always been that way around me. Well, I'll let him know that after this, he has to start informing you about things that actually affect you. Oh, while I still have you, Next month, we are going to be having a barbecue with my oldest son and his wife. If you guys have the time, I'd love that you and Sid come out as well to join us. There will be that 3-day weekend, right? And since the weather is supposed to be nice around then, we're pulling the grill out in the backyard and we'll be doing burgers and brats on it with all sorts of vegetables. We'll be fine without going. We like to have our time off to ourselves to relax and be home alone together. I see. I can understand that reasoning. And after all, you guys have only just gotten married. So I'm sorry for asking you guys to come out when you're both probably very busy still with post-marriage things and cleaning up the house after moving in. No worries. You don't have to bother with either of us for right now. And I'm happy to hear that you are understanding of our situation. But if you guys do change your minds and want to come after all, let me know ahead of time. That way we can have food for you both as well when you get here. Judith, are you close with your oldest son's wife? I am. Her and I both share similar hobbies and we go out together a lot. I'd say she's like the daughter I never had, since I have spent most of my life surrounded by men. Is that so? I'm sure that what I'm about to say will come off as a little rude, but I don't think I really want to be around my mother-in-law on my days off. I'm sure that a lot of people don't want to spend all their time off with their in-laws. But when it comes to my oldest's wife, Cassie, she loves to be around us and enjoys the time we both spend together. And I'm sure that you are only thinking that because you feel as though she likes you. And until she tells you outright that she loves to be around you all the time, maybe you should just assume that it's actually a hassle for her. I know that it may not seem that way, but I'm sure she's just putting on a face so that you won't start to become upset with her. Okay then. Thank you for telling me, and I'll make sure to think of both your feelings some more moving forward. Please do that. I'm glad you are so willing to understand our feelings, Judith. And so for the time being, how about you and I, and even you and Cassie, have a bit more of a distant relationship? I think that's the best way to make sure that this whole family is happy and not overwhelmed. Judith, this is Allie. I just heard from my husband. Next week, you guys are planning on going out to eat with your oldest and his wife, right? Good evening, Allie. That's right. They seem to have gotten us all a reservation at a pretty expensive restaurant so that we can all have a little fine dining experience. And we had been talking about you and Sid also joining us, so I asked Sid how you both felt. Well, Judith, did you forget what I had told you a while back? Are you talking about how you told me that you don't really like to meet with me on your days off? So you did remember all of that. I was starting to think that maybe you were beginning to show signs of dementia or something. But this time it may sound like a poor reason to you, but your brother-in-law and Cassie were the ones that put this whole dinner together. My oldest and his father both have birthdays that are close together, so they wanted to celebrate it all at the dinner. And so we were thinking that maybe you guys would also like to come and celebrate with us. It'll be at a really nice Chinese restaurant in town, and I know how much Sid likes his spicy foods. I'm assuming it was you then that was totally fine with asking something like that of us, right? Not something that either of them told you to ask us about. Well, yes, but normally you should be able to tell them that it's not happening when they bring it up, right? I think that they both were just wondering about Sid and I, and that was your moment to tell them it wouldn't happen. I believe that you may have gotten ahead of yourself a little here. I'm sure that even Cassie doesn't want you joining them. This time, I'd say let them both and your husband go out and maybe stay at home so that you don't cause Cassie any more problems. Maybe you're right. I am right, Judith. For starters, making up some kind of event where you'd like us all to be there with you is a bit strange to me. I'd like it if you really began to understand what I meant when I asked for us all to be a bit more distant with you. I'm sorry about that, Allie. Well, I think I understand now that asking things like that from a thick-skulled woman like you is useless. I'll tell you straight. I do not want you asking me to go out with you when you already know it's not happening. Besides, things like emergencies within the family and whatnot, I do not want you talking to me. So when you have things you think you want to invite me to, think again and forget about me. That'll be the last time I tell you this without causing a fuss. All right then. But I'm telling you that this was in no way me forcing you to come and join us. I just assumed that by letting you know about the event and that you're more than welcome to come, you wouldn't feel as stressed out by me. And me letting Sid know about this was because he's my son, and I'd rather him tell you all about that than me. Is that your reason then? Well, if that's what your reasoning really is, then all of this talk between you and I has been for nothing. After this, don't ever invite Sid nor I out with you guys. And another thing, you sending us anything through the mail is unnecessary. By doing that, you force us to have to call and thank you for the gifts. I understand your feelings very clearly now. I'm very sorry for getting you so worked up over things between you and I. From now on, I'll no longer invite you to anything, and I won't send anything else in the mail to you both. Please and thank you. I have married your son and become his wife now, but I did not marry him with the intent of being family with you all. But that's only natural of me, right? I have been going out with Sid for the longest time now, and I never made an effort to be around you all, right? Yeah, that is right. I only just got married to him, so stop trying to get me to join you all now because it's annoying for me. And I know for a fact that Cassie feels the same way about all of this. I'm sorry, but there is not a wife in this world that likes to be around her in-laws as much as you think they do. Take a good look at the real world for me, please. Judith, I have gotten your gifts to me from when you went overseas. Hello, Allie. I know that you might have gotten some gifts from overseas, but they're not from me. I know that. These are all from my brother-in-law, right? Yes, that's right. But he told me that he doesn't need you telling him thanks or anything for all those treats. Seems that Sid asked him to get all of those things for you while he was out of the country. Well, I'm not actually talking to you right now because of the sweets that were brought back for me. Is that so? What all did you want to talk about then? I want to talk with you about the vacation that was taken out of the country. You went with all of them together, right? Don't tell me that you're thinking that this is me trying to do anything by being close with them and taking time to go visit another country. Oh, I am. I'm very surprised by just how awful a person you really are. Uh-huh. I told you before to stop trying to talk to the rest of us, right? But you're just trying to make fun of me now by going out of your way to be with Cassie and them. Are you not embarrassed to be as bad of a person as you are? I wasn't trying to make fun of you or anything, though. Well then, why did you do nothing with Sid and I? Only taking them overseas without us is terrible of you. Wait, I'm sorry, Allie, but I have no clue what you just said to me. I thought you were upset with me over being around them again. But you're upset that I didn't do anything with you guys involved? I was just doing as you had told me when you asked that I never talk to you guys or invite you anymore. And I was just letting Cassie and my son know that I really wanted them to come along with us out of the country for a bit. So you took the two of them to Europe, but then left Sid and I here with nothing? Uh-huh. Just as I've pointed out, you're trying to separate Sid and I from Cassie and your oldest. Stop that, please. Are you trying to harass me or something? That's terrible of you. If you're not trying to make fun of me and make me feel left out, then next time take us with you when you go overseas. That's what's going on here. Well, then you can pay me $10,000 as well. Why should I have to pay you $10,000? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. You guys are the ones that should be paying for the trip, right? Well, that last trip we took, we all split the whole bill amongst ourselves so that we'd all have to pay for the trip a little. That last trip was $5,000 a person. And when I asked them last time to come with us, they paid $10,000 for their tickets and hotel, and we paid $10,000 for ours. You are lying to me right now. Cassie, she told me that you guys brought them along with you like they didn't have to pay a dime. That might just be something that she forgot to tell you. Maybe she meant that because my husband and I did a lot of talking to get us around Europe. My husband is pretty fluent in Italian, and I'm okay in French, so that came in handy quite a lot. And so when we went over, we handled all the things like directions and ordering food, so to them it felt like we were taking them both around for free. So you guys didn't have to pay for a tour guide or anything to help? That's right. I mean, when we go out to eat, we'd sometimes take the bill, and sometimes they would. But on this trip, we all paid for it equally. But they didn't have to worry about any sort of translator or tour guide. So they really didn't have to pay for that last trip, did they? You allowing them to go without having to pay up is wrong. You haven't done anything for Siderai, and are now asking us to pay to go out with you all. Do you know how much it hurt me having to listen to Cassie tell me all about the trip you guys took? Allie, have you forgotten all of the things you'd been telling me before? You said you didn't want to be around the rest of us, right? Well, when it comes to money, it's another story. Excuse me? I bet if your oldest and Cassie had a baby, and Sid and I had one at the same time, you'd care more about their baby than you would about ours, right? I can see right now that you wouldn't even bother giving our kid any presents for Christmas because you'd spend all your money on theirs. Really, what are you talking about now? I'm being very serious when I say that I'm not trying to treat any of you guys any different from one another, okay? But you have to understand, as the mom, I like to pay for some things for everyone to enjoy when going out, alright? However, you asked for me not to include you guys in our events, so I never wanted to tell you anything like that. My God. This really is you harassing me. I don't think this conversation is getting anywhere now. I'm even the younger and more attractive-looking wife compared to Cassie. Yet you don't feel any drive to be more nice and caring to me. I only just got married to Sid and joined this family, and I'm already starting to feel regrets about it. And I was trying to talk to you more and invite you to join us all the time. Well, if you feel sorry for the way you've made me feel, then you take Sid and I on a vacation overseas with you. All expenses paid. I really wanted to go to Europe as well. Well, if you both can amass $10,000 to pitch in for that kind of trip again, then we'd be glad to take you both along. Just think, my husband and I will also be paying that much. So the total for a trip like that is $20,000. Even though when you took Cassie and your oldest, you didn't have them pay. They did pay for that trip, just not for a lot of other stuff we did along the way. And we were the ones that invited them that time, so we weren't going to force them to pay for all the trip when it was my husband and I that wanted them with us. Judith, my husband, Sid hasn't come back home yet. I don't know anything about that. Why are you all acting like you don't care about me right now? I am the wife of your younger son, and I am asking you about him. But you had said that you were not enjoying having me as your mother-in-law anymore. I'm really worried about him right now. And also, I know that this has all happened because of you guys. This is our fault. It sure is. It's because of you becoming closer to your oldest and his wife that a fight broke out. Well, this is all different from what I've heard. What he told me is that he couldn't take your selfishness any longer and had to do something. You guys didn't have the money, yet you went beyond what he had said to you and reserved a trip to go to Europe, right? So you do know where Sid is right now? You have it all wrong. All he did was come over to my place after finishing work to apologize to us. So he's here with us. Why was he apologizing to you both? Because you started making a fuss of this whole family and caused unnecessary drama. What? I'm not just talking about how you said I was making fun of you, or when you started to say that I was harassing you. You started to talk a lot more with Cassie as well, right? You started saying that she was being a butt kisser for always being around me, and a whole bunch of other horrible things about us. Well, that's because she was doing things that she shouldn't have been doing. What things wasn't she supposed to be doing, Allie? It's because she was getting too close to you and making you think that she liked you that you started to treat her to everything. So I was just warning her to never do anything like that again with you and to just leave you behind. And why do you think that she has to listen to what you say? I was just letting her know what I thought since her and I are both young wives in the family. Is that so? Well, if that's okay with you, then I'd like to tell you some things that I think as your mother-in-law. Allie, I no longer want anything to do with you, and I never will again. So stop trying to get my family all riled up like you have before, okay? You're the one that's causing all kinds of problems with the family. And you asking that I never talk to you again also means that I'll never be able to tell you about any emergencies, right? That right there is you harassing me and asking for me to be in trouble. You stop it with that bullcrap right now. Do you still not see that you've been causing loads of trouble for everyone else in the family? If you think this is me harassing you, then go ahead and keep thinking that. I already told my son how I feel about you as his wife, and he's come to agree with me. Never try to talk to me like this ever again. You're a jerk. So this is your way of getting a fresh new wife in the family to leave then? Fine. Then let me ask you this since you have done a piss-poor job of explaining it to me thus far. What kind of relationship would you like to have with my family? I wanted you to feel like you were a part of this family, and that's why I was always asking you to come out and join us. But you told me that me doing that was a bother to you. I did say that, but you warned me about becoming too close with my oldest and his wife. And you told me that if I'm to invite you guys on any vacations, I have to be the one to pay for it all. And you ended up saying hurtful things to both myself and to your sister-in-law. I don't think that you can start treating me like this when I'm a part of your family. You told me that you didn't see the rest of us as your family. And for a long time now, you never bothered to treat any of us like your family either. So was that all a lie, and you really do want us to be your family? I don't think of you as my family. But when it comes to how the world sees it, we are still family. Fine, then I'm going to tell you what I really think of all this. The only people that have to love you unconditionally are your own two parents. I'm done here. I'm going to tell my parents about all this. And I'll make sure that you beg for forgiveness about taking so much time away from me. And you're going to regret every time you thought it was fun harassing me. I wonder about how that'll all turn out for you. Because what from Sid's told me, he says that you and him haven't been doing too well together as a couple. And since you didn't think of us as family, there is no problem with me ignoring you. Uh-huh. Well, if that's how it's been, then that's that. Goodbye forever, Allie. Hold on a second, please. Is this all happening because of you? Don't tell me that my husband is going to divorce me or something now over this. I haven't told him to do anything like that. Whatever happens next between you two is for you and him to decide on. Well, you tell him that he needs to think a bit more about us before making any stupid decisions. You want me to say that to him? Tell him that I was acting the way I had been out of any sort of spite towards you, okay? I just thought that it was a good idea to tell you how I felt. Is that what you'd been thinking? Well, at this point, whatever happens between the two of you has nothing to do with me. I don't want to get a divorce yet, though. Well, then you go and tell that to him instead of me, okay? But right now, him and I are in a fight with one another. I don't think that he'll be willing to listen to me now after the fights we've had. I think if it's something really important to you, then my son will be all ears for you. But I'm not sure that he'll change his mind after whatever you try and tell him. Judith, do something about this. Please. I'll make sure that from now on, I join all of you guys in your family events. And when I come, I won't make any complaints about anything. And I won't be rude to you anymore. And I'll make sure to stay on good terms with Cassie. I don't need you forcing yourself to act nice, so don't bother. Also, if you had the idea in your head that you were saying rude things to me but still continued with it, why wouldn't I still be mad at you? I'm sorry, but you have gone too far recently, and because of that selfishness, things are falling apart between you and your husband. I think you're the only one that hasn't been getting a good look at the real world. After that, Sid and Allie got together and talked about getting a divorce or not. But because of the amount of crying that Allie came to him with, and the amount of times she apologized to him, the divorce didn't happen. However, even after forgiving her and letting her stay with him, Allie continued to complain about me and Cassie because I was still being nice to Cassie and not nice enough to her. I did my best to just ignore Allie from that point on and leave her with Sid watching over her. But she got to the point where every day she'd be messaging my oldest and his wife about me. And so after a whole year of that crap had gone on, my son had really had enough of her and divorced her without even giving her a chance to cry to him. When the talk of the divorce started to come back around, Allie's parents tried to get between them and help things out. But of course, they had some things to comment about regarding Allie, and she went off on them for sounding like they were on Sid's side. Fortunately, Allie's wish of never getting a divorce from Sid never came true, and things ended between them, even after her parents tried to help. And at that point, her parents were agreeing with Sid on his reasons for the divorce. And so after getting her to sign the papers, they took her away by force so that Sid could have some peace of mind. Right now, she has shut herself into her parents' house, and ever since she went back there, we have never had to see her again. Her parents even seemed to be pretty disappointed in her for the way she acted around us, and told me over the phone that they never wanted any of this to happen to us. And as one last act of them showing that they were sorry for her, they sent us a few boxes of chocolates and a note, and that was our last time ever hearing about Allie and her family. I think some would say that had she been a bit more kind towards us, or at least changed after their close call with divorce that first time, she'd still be a part of the family. But even after that first time and she was allowed to stay with Sid, she never once came to my oldest and Cassie or me to say she was sorry for the way she acted. So I think we all knew in this family that things would never work out for her. And to be honest, I do not regret having her leave this family whatsoever. I think this was all due to the problem she has with her heart and mind, and nothing to do with Sid or the rest of us. Actually, because of what had happened, I have become even closer with Cassie, since we both shared the same experience of being hurt by Allie. I do feel really bad for Sid that he lost his wife after everything, but right now this whole story is so much fun to laugh at. I know that not all women like to be around their in-laws all the time when they join the family, and so that's why I didn't try and force her to be a part of our events. But Allie got upset because I was doing the exact thing she had asked me to do. I was tired of holding back, and that's why I put down my shield and attacked her. I don't think anyone should have become so close to someone that only focuses on themselves and no one else. So I'll make the point that I was not trying to harass her very clear by becoming even more kind with Cassie whenever she's with me, as well as to both my boys. And if the time comes that Sid does find another woman to get married to, I'll do the same thing as I did with everyone else and ask her to be around the family without forcing her to be.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.